Hi, today we're in the kitchen and we're going to make a small batch of strawberry jam. Over here we have our jam jars. They are half-pint jars, 4 of them, and they are sterilizing in water. And we have half of a Granny Smith apple that is grated, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and a cup and a half of sugar. And over here we have a pound and a half of strawberries that we are going to start mashing. So I'm going to mash these up pretty well, but they don't need to be completely mashed. It's okay to have some chunks in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat on. And then we are going to add our sugar. And stir. We're also going to add our apples. And we're going to keep this at pretty high heat for about 20 minutes, consistently stirring so that it doesn't boil over, but you don't want to turn the heat down because you want it to reach a high temp of about 217 degrees. So as long as you keep stirring, then it won't boil over. We'll add our lemon juice. So now that we've gotten it up to 217 degrees, we're going to turn our heat off and we're going to grab a plate that we put in the freezer earlier. And we're going to do a little test for the consistency. So all you need to do is take a little and put it on your cold plate. And then you put it back in the freezer for about 2 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to take the plate out of the freezer and check for consistency. And all you do is you take your finger and slide through, and if it leaves a trail like so, then it's ready. If the strawberry jam doesn't leave a trail and is runny, then you know you need to cook it for a couple more minutes. Now that we have our jam ready and it's a good consistency, we are going to take our hot jars out of the water. Now you don't need to sterilize these jars, but they do need to be hot. Otherwise, when you add your jam, it could break the glass jar. So I'm just going to set them over here on a towel for now. And then we are going to start filling our jars. And you want to remember to leave about 1/2 inch of headspace in the jars. So we had a little bit left over and we just want to put it in a jar and we'll save it in the fridge. So we want to make sure that we wipe the edge and the top of the jar off with some vinegar to make sure that it remains clean and sterile before we put our lid on. And just tighten it about fingertip tight. That way the oxygen can escape. So now we're going to go ahead and place our jars in the boiling water. You want to make sure you have about 1 inch of water above the jars. We're going to boil these for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to leave them in the water with the heat off for another 5 minutes after that. All right, so now that they've been boiling for about 10 minutes, we're gonna turn the heat off. And we're gonna take our lid off and we're gonna let them sit in the water for about 5 minutes to chill. Now that our jars have been sitting in the water for about 5 minutes, we're gonna take them out and we're gonna set them on the counter and let them cool until they get to room temperature. So there it is, a simple and delicious strawberry jam recipe. And there's nothing left to do but eat it. Thanks for watching.
Any words of wisdom as a movie star?
Are you recording? Yeah, you have to smile a lot. So now that the